Hi guys, Mikko here. I'm back from Portugal. I've been here in Helsinki now for a couple of days and for some reason I decided to film in the balcony. Let's go with it. I have to admit that the trip itself was a bit of a disappointment, but that's mostly because of the food poisoning, because I had 5 days of surf booked and I only ended up surfing 3 and only 2 of those days were good. Sure, I know I shouldn't complain. I'm very privileged that I have a chance to go on such a trip, but it is a bit of a bummer if you only surf for 2 days when you go in expecting 5. Other thing that led to a bit of a disappointment was that, sure, this is my own fault, but I did no research about the locations beforehand. But like I said, this was my own fault and a good learning experience. You should definitely do some research beforehand. I think most of normal people do. But I'm the kind of person who likes to learn by doing mistakes. And I do a lot of mistakes, but I've also learned quite a lot. The thing is that this trip was kind of a panic reaction to all the darkness and empty days I was living here in Helsinki. So I kind of just ended up booking the trip on a 2 days notice and just going without thinking too much of it. But yeah, in the end, should have done more research. But even though the trip was a bit of a disappointment, now I feel much better than before the trip. Taking some distance always gives you new perspective, like what are the questions I should be asking myself right now and what might be the answers. The big question is what I should be doing right now. I have a lot of time on my hands and now when I don't have a job, nobody else fills my calendar, so I need to fill it myself. You see, if I don't fill my days with something productive, it ends up being filled with unproductive stuff. YouTube videos, TV series, movies, you name it. Unproductive shit. The big revelation I had during the trip is that now I have no excuses. I have so much time in my hands that I have no excuses. Like, for example, I should exercise much more. I used to have a good exercise regimen going on, but I've been slacking off. Now there's no excuse. Same applies to language learning. I've started to bang up Duolingo again now that I'm back in Finland. Sure, I know that Duolingo is not enough by itself, but luckily I have a lot of French textbooks and there's an amazing podcast called Coffee Break French, and I also have a couple of French friends. So there you go, no excuses. Then there is the most important thing I should be doing right now: research. I learned my lesson in Portugal. Do your research beforehand. I mean things like what happens when I finally get my apartment sold? How to get to Germany as cheaply as possible? Where are the potential RV vendors? What is their selection like? Where do I stay while being there? I need to stay in Germany for a couple of nights before I find the RV. Connections. I need someone to be with me there, someone who's knowledgeable about cars, because I know very little about cars. I've never owned a car, so it's a big risk that I end up buying a bomb just because I don't know enough about cars. So there needs to be a person with me. Stuff like insurance and car inspection. Do I need to come to Finland with the car every year to do the inspection? How does solar power work in RVs? Where are the cheapest camping sites? And most importantly, how to live in an RV full time in Europe. Many people have done it, and I need to learn from their experience. All of these things should be crystal clear before the money hits the bank. I understand that researching this stuff should be a no-brainer for most people, but I have some bad habits. I like to learn by making mistakes, but yeah, I have to stop doing that. There are many things that can make or break the adventure, and I should be as proactive as possible. If there's something I can do beforehand, I should do it. Because, like I said, I have no excuses. One more thing. Because I have so much time on my hands, I feel like I should be putting a lot more effort into these videos. I'm sorry that these videos might seem like kind of low effort from time to time, but I want to upload 2 times a week, and I know that 2 times a week doesn't sound much if you are doing nothing else, but I'm kind of doing something here, and I don't want that. The thing is, these videos are not a priority when speaking of using my time and effort, but I'll continue uploading, and I hope you continue watching. And also, I think these type of reflective videos are good because these videos force me to think from a new perspective, and it also gives us a chance to get to know each other a little better. But hey, I think I'll end this one here. Thank you for watching this far. Until next time, see you on Wednesday.